Okay, I'm going to bring the race now from, this is Road America West Route. So straight away there's a little bit of contact going on ahead. I'm running it a little bit wide, but luckily the guy in the Elise gives me the space I need just to keep on the track. So there's only one guy ahead now, and it's a guy called Des, and he were a quick driver in this lobby, and I appreciate the fact that he wasn't using leaderboard cars like some of the people was. So I'm just going to look to close this gap now, which it does seem to be coming down quite quickly. I'd say, you know, around this track, the Cayman, I really like this car and track combination. The Cayman's a great car and it really works well at a track like this. You've got a lot of sweeping corners where, you know, you can really make the most of all the downforce it offers. So I can start to look forward and maybe think about taking the win. Trouble is, you get these people using the Elises and things like that, especially when you get a decent. It's not too bad when, you know, the people are a little bit new and, you know, they want to use the leaderboard cars. That's fine, but it's a shame when you get people who are obviously quite skilled drivers and they're still using the Elise. But this is one of the corners where I can really take, you know, full advantage of that good aerodynamics on this car. So I've got a little bit of a run, and also it's great on the brakes, so I get a little bit of a tap and that sends me wide. It was in the race, that was quite a heavier impact than it shows on the replay. So I've lost another position there. It was a bit of a tap and run, and I've run it a little bit deep into this corner, very deep in fact. So I've lost a little bit of time on the group there, but I should be able to quickly make that up with them being bunched up. So I'll take a quick look behind and see that I've got quite a good gap, so I can definitely think about keeping up with these guys in the Exeges and Elises. At a track like Road America, it's not so difficult to do. It's not like it's a handling track exactly, so, you know, it's not so difficult to keep up with these guys. I'm pretty much on pace. I think we're all pretty much on pace with the guys in the Exeges. We're just coming up to a corner where this next corner coming up, the fast kink to the right, is one part of the track that the Cayman, especially more than any other, can make up the most time on other people. And I think the guy in the Javelin has made a pretty bad error. He's lost control, and I'm going to easily take that position. Just being careful, mindful not to get wiped out by him. And as I was saying, you know, Cayman great on the brakes as well. The tune that I've got, I specially designed it. I think one of the things that's you know, that people don't take into account, I think sometimes when you're doing tunes, is braking. I think it's really important. It's one, obviously it's one of, you know, where you make most overtaking is done under braking, so it kind of makes sense to me. You know, like, I like to have, you know, really good, safe, secure feeling that I can, you know, go for that move and get it done. But I've just lost another position there from the guy, and I think it's a Holden. Again, a good driver in a good car, and because the pack's got punched up, it's that problem you have. You know, you're thinking about going forward, the patch gets punched up, and you start losing positions. And before you know it, you know you're right down in. Well, I'm down into 6th place now, but it's coming up to my favourite corner, best corner of the track. A lot of people tend to run wide because the corner, as you go around it, comes back on you, and a lot of people do get up on that left-hand curb and even on the grass. So it is a place where you can make up, you know, you can get a good run on people like I'm doing here, back past the Corvette, and it's just a case of being strong on the brakes and get the job done. And there it is. I'm back in the race again, and even starting to look up the inside of the guy in the Javelin, but I've run it very deep and it looks like I could lose that position. Possibly hold on. I'm having a lot of trouble with that corner. I haven't played the game for I've had a bit of a break, and I was really struggling with that corner. That is one of the Achilles heels of the Cayman. It's that front end grip. You know, it's great when you get it right. You've got grip. You know, brilliant grip. But if you don't get it balanced right, you use the brakes to turn in this car, and it's kind of a technique. When you've got somebody behind you, it can be difficult to get that done. But if you get it right, you know, it's amazing around the corners. If you get it wrong, it's just done to steer for days, you know. But we're coming up to the end of the race now, and it looks like I'm going to be finishing in 4th place, which is not too bad. I feel like I could have done a lot better, but it's just where it goes sometimes.